welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're taking a really close look at something huge for your career, especially thinking about 2025, artificial intelligence. Our goal really is to cut through all the noise. There's just so much out there. We want to give you the absolute essentials on how AI is going to shape your professional life. Kind of a shortcut to being properly informed.
Yeah, it's vital.
And here's something to chew on right at the start.
Okay.
Lots of people, and understandably so, they worry AI is going to take their job.
That's the big fear, isn't it?
It is. But the reality might be a bit different. It's probably not AI itself taking your job, but someone who really gets how to use AI.
Exactly. That's the shift.
And that feeling of, oh man, I should have learned about this. That might hit way sooner than you think, maybe even next year.
It's moving that fast.
So to help us navigate all this, we've got an amazing expert with us, PhD in data science from IM Bangalore, founding faculty at Masters Union. Really at the forefront of teaching and research here. We're thrilled to have you.
It's great to be here. This is definitely the conversation everyone needs to be having right now.
Absolutely. So let's jump right into that main worry, the job displacement fear. It's real. What's actually happening there?
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because displacement is part of the picture. The World Economic Forum, they talk about 85 million jobs potentially being displaced.
Right.
But, and this is the crucial part, they also predict 97 million new jobs being created.
So more created than lost.
Exactly. It's less about a net loss, much more about a huge transformation. AI is really set to augment what we do, take away the repetitive stuff.
Freeing us up
For the more human things, right. Meaningful work, creative thinking, strategy. That's the potential.
That really changes the perspective. And you mentioned the urgency. A lot of folks still think this big AI wave is, years down the line. Why are you so sure it's happening now?
Well, I see it in the field, in the questions I get. That multi-year view, I think, is becoming outdated very quickly. The impact, especially if you haven't started engaging with AI, you could feel it as early as next year.
Really? That soon?
Yes. This isn't a skill you can just put on the back burner anymore. The pace of development is just phenomenal. Acquiring these skills, or at least understanding the basics now, is vital. The regret for not even, playing around with it, that's going to come knocking much sooner than people realize.
Okay, that really lends. And it ties into your own path, doesn't it? You've clearly focused on skills that offer both employability and enjoyment. How did that shape your approach?
Yeah, my journey was maybe a bit winding. Started quite traditional math, actuarial science. Then I dove deep into data science for my PhD, really focusing on machine learning.
The core of AI, basically.
Pretty much. And throughout, I kept asking myself two things. What skills will keep me employable, not just now, but in 5 years? And also, just as important, what do I actually enjoy doing?
Finding that sweet spot.
Exactly. Machine learning hit that spot. Now, as a professor, I teach the whole spectrum: stats, optimization, data analytics, AI. It's this constant hunt for what's relevant and what's engaging. And that's the mindset I really encourage everyone to adopt with AI.
That proactive mindset, love it, which clearly led to this framework you've put together. It helps people sort of figure out where they stand in this AI world. Can you walk us through those job categories? This is where you, listening, can start placing yourself.
Absolutely. So to get a handle on where you are, or maybe where you want to aim, we can think about jobs in 4 main buckets. It's based on how much skill development is needed and how repetitive the work is.
Okay.
So first up, category 1, high repetition, low skill. Think manufacturing quality control, for instance.
Checking things on a line.
Yeah. Used to be someone visually inspecting for defects. Now, AI robots using computer vision are incredibly good at spotting flaws. So if you're in this kind of role, it changes. You're not doing the manual check anymore. You're operating the AI tool.
Managing the machine.
Right. Interpreting its output? You're the AI supervisor, not its builder.
Got it. Category 2.
Category 2, high repetition, some novelty. Customer service is a classic example. You talk to different people, sure, but many questions are the same.
Definitely. FAQs galore.
Exactly. So now, chatbots handle those standard queries. They only escalate the tricky or unusual stuff to a human. So your job becomes understanding the chatbot, knowing its limits, what it might miss.
And adding that human touch where needed.
Precisely. Augmenting its response with nuance and empathy.
Makes sense. Category 3.
Category 3, high knowledge, high repetition. This is where highly skilled professionals often fit. Think doctors, lawyers.
Deep expertise, but lots of routine tasks within that.
Yes. Drafting contracts, reviewing patient histories, even some diagnostic work. AI tools are making huge inroads here. A lawyer might use AI to draft a complex contract in, say, 50 minutes instead of spending hours.
Wow.
Or doctors using AI to analyze scans for TB in rural areas very accurately without needing a specialist radiologist physically present.
So the AI assists the expert.
Right, and creating these specialized tools, that requires deep AI design skills.
Okay, and the last one, category 4.
Category 4, high knowledge, low repetition. This is the creative realm. Artists, graphic designers, musicians.
Where every piece is unique.
Ideally, yes. High skill, lots of novelty. Now, AI can generate music, art, even write scripts. So here the focus shifts. It's about using AI as a creative partner, maybe, but also grappling with really complex stuff.
Like ethics.
Big time.
Yeah.
Ethics, bias in the AI models, questions around ownership, consent, who owns AI-generated art based on someone else's style. It gets complicated fast.
That framework is super helpful. Where do people like entrepreneurs fit? Or someone in the military? They seem to cut across these.
They absolutely do. An entrepreneur, well, they could be anywhere, couldn't they? Content creation might be category 4, education tech, maybe category 3. For them, it's often less about being in one category and more about knowing who to hire with the right AI skills. That's key for scaling.
Strategic hiring.
Exactly. And military personnel, yeah, unique case. They could be expert users of AI for things like intelligence analysis or logistics.
Out in the field.
Right. But they could also be the engineers designing those very sophisticated AI defense systems. So both user and designer potential.
Okay. So once you've sort of located yourself, what's next? Building capability. You mentioned different levels.
Yeah, think of it like steps. The foundation is AI literacy. This is just the basic grasp. What is AI? How does it generally work? Which tools can make my life easier?
Everyone needs this baseline.
Everyone. Doesn't matter your job. Writing a first draft, prepping a presentation, watching signals on a factory floor. You need that basic understanding.
Okay. And then?
Then comes AI fluency. This is more advanced. It's about taking what the AI gives you, really evaluating it, and blending it smoothly with your own human judgment and expertise.
Integrating it intelligently.
Yes, not just taking the output blindly. And the top level is AI design capability.
Building the AI itself.
Right. Creating new AI systems from scratch, or building those highly specialized tools we talked about. That requires deep technical know-how. Building, training, deploying models.
Okay, let's get practical. For listeners wanting to build that foundational AI literacy, what's the number one piece of advice? The golden rule.
It's simple, really. Learn by doing. You just have to get your hands dirty, play with the tools.
Just jump in.
Absolutely. Experiment. Try asking different questions. See what happens. Don't worry about mistakes. You won't really get what these chatbots and tools can do or where they fall short until you actually use them.
And they learn from us using them too, right?
They do. User feedback is constantly refining them. So your playing around helps them improve, and more importantly, it helps you figure out their strengths and weaknesses.
We hear about ChatGPT all the time, but there are others now, aren't there? Perplexity, DeepSeek, Grok, Gemini. How do you choose? Or do you use them all?
That's a great question. The real skill isn't finding the one perfect AI. It's becoming like an AI orchestrator.
Ooh, I like that. Conducting the AI orchestra?
Kind of. Knowing which instrument, which tool is best for which task. That's central to literacy.
So break them down for us. ChatGPT.
ChatGPT is your all-rounder, super versatile, great for general chat, brainstorming, talking about almost anything. It's learned from tons of user interaction, so it's evolved fast.
What the hallucinations?
Yes, that's the watch out. It can sometimes just make stuff up, generate incorrect info, or claim connections that aren't real. It works by predicting the next likely word based on patterns in its data, using something called attention, like highlighting key phrases. It's statistical, not true understanding.
So fact-checking is crucial.
Always, for anything important. Then you've got perplexity. That one's really good for ideation, generating lots of different ideas. Useful for white-collar tasks, maybe drafting proposals. It tends to hallucinate a bit less on factual stuff.
Okay. DeepSeek, you mentioned that one.
DeepSeek, yeah, the Chinese tool. It's strong on analytical tasks, STEM questions, seems to make fewer math errors, which is interesting. And it's incredibly efficient. It uses way less computing power, like 100/10th of ChatGPT's GPU space.
Wow. But privacy concerns.
That's the caveat given its origin. Users should just be mindful of the data they share.
Got it. What about Grok?
Grok, Elon Musk's AI. Its edge is real-time info because it's plugged into Twitter X data.
So very current.
Very current. It can also mimic personalities if you feed it enough context, though it's not exactly empathetic. And it has, let's say, less strict parents, fewer filters, can be more direct, maybe a bit bold or naughty sometimes.
Huh, okay. And Gemini, Google's offering.
Gemini, its strength is leveraging Google's massive search data that gives its algorithms really high accuracy and precision. It's less chatty than ChatGPT, more fact delivery focused.
Straight to the point.
Pretty much, very reliable for accurate answers.
And you mentioned some Indian AIs coming up.
Yes, exciting developments. Ola Krutram, Kisan GPT, which is specifically for farmers, and Bashini for Indian languages. India is definitely becoming a player in this space.
That's a fantastic overview. Now, I find the better my prompt, the better the answer from these things.
Yeah.
Is that what prompt engineering is?
Exactly. Prompt engineering sounds technical, but fundamentally, it's a communication skill. A crucial one.
How so?
To get better answers, you need to give better instructions. Clear context is key. Tell the AI, who am I? Why am I asking this? Give it your perspective, your goal, the tone you want.
Like briefing a colleague.
Precisely. Think of the AI as your personal executive assistant. You wouldn't just give a vague task to a human EA, right? You'd give background, details.
Right, you'd explain the situation.
Do the same with AI. The more context your situation, desired outcome, constraints, the more targeted and useful its output will be. And that frees you up mentally for the higher level thinking.
Okay, so beyond these general chatbots, what about specialized tools for specific jobs? Where do we find those?
Oh, absolutely, explore those. There's actually a great website called There's an AI for it. You can find tools for almost anything imaginable.
Like that.
Presentations, visuals, music composition, script writing, you name it. For example, Notebook LM from Google is amazing. You can feed it large documents, podcasts, transcripts, textbooks, research papers.
Okay. And then you can ask it to summarize, simplify, even quiz you on the content. And because it's grounded only in the text you provide, it hallucinates much less. It can even turn text chats into audio podcasts.
Whoa, that's powerful. Other examples?
Gamma.ai lets you whip up impressive presentations just from a prompt, super fast. Napkin.ai helps structure thoughts visually, making flowcharts from your raw ideas. And tools like Midjourney or Daily for creating images from text. Game changers for visual brainstorming or storyboarding.
This is fantastic. So much potential for practical use. What's the cost for someone just wanting to dip their toes in to play?
That's the best part. Many of these tools have free versions that are perfectly fine for exploring and learning.
So zero cost to start.
Pretty much. You don't need to spend money just to start playing. Now, if you become a heavy professional user, yeah, there are paid tiers. ChatGPT Pro is around, $1,700, $1,800 a month? But for starting that AI literacy journey, the barrier is really low. Great news. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. That Ghibli-esque AI art thing caused quite a stir. What happened there, and what big ethical questions is AI forcing us to confront?
Yeah, the Ghibli moment. That really brought AI ethics to the forefront for a lot of people.
What was it exactly?
Basically, AI image generators got good enough, quickly enough, that people could instantly create art that strongly mimicked the distinct style of Studio Ghibli.
And artists weren't happy.
Well, it sparked huge debates. Where's the line between inspiration and just copying? If an AI learns from an artist's entire body of work, is it fair for anyone to then generate stuff in that exact style, maybe without credit or payment?
Thorny questions.
Very. It throws up these core problems around ownership, liability. If an AI writes something defamatory, who's responsible? The user who prompted it, the company that built it, the AI itself. These are still murky waters globally. Copyright, fair use, accountability, we're still figuring it all out.
It really makes you think about the future. Are we heading for some kind of dark, cyberpunk world, conflict and tech gone wrong, or more of a hopeful solar punk vision, liberation through tech?
That's a powerful framing. And honestly, how you decide to engage with AI could really nudge your own path towards one or the other.
Our choices matter.
They really do. That cyberpunk future often feels bleak, right? Morbid, even. Solarpunk is about progress, hope, using tech for well-being. I genuinely think being proactive now helps steer your personal future towards the positive. And the amazing thing is, AI itself can teach you about AI.
How so?
Just ask ChatGPT. Ask it to explain how it works. What does generative mean? It means it creates new stuff. How do transformer models function? It can explain itself.
So no excuses for not learning.
Pretty much. There's really no room for intellectual laziness anymore. Most people have a smartphone. If you can handle social media, you can start playing with AI. Seriously. Shift even 15-20 minutes of your social media time each day to exploring these tools. It'll keep you ahead, simplify things, improve your life. AI is it's like electricity was. It's going to change everything for everyone, no matter your age or job.
A fundamental shift. You also mentioned the global race. What's happening there? China, India.
Oh, the global AI race is intense. China has a clear goal, world leader by 2030. Their approach is very top-down, centralized.
Government-led.
Hugely. They're mandating AI literacy in schools, even for 6-year-olds. Not to make them engineers, but to build that foundational understanding early. It's a national strategy. We saw that efficiency with DeepSeek too, frugal innovation, getting results with less resource.
In India?
India's approach is more AI for all. That's the philosophy. Niti Aayog has strategies. There's the India AI mission, a big government investment, 10,000 crore into public AI infrastructure.
Making it accessible.
Exactly. Free learning resources, encouraging everyone to learn and use AI. It's a very open, proactive push from the government here.
That's encouraging. So for people listening who want to really ride this wave, what jobs look most promising for, say, 2025 to 2030? And what's the pay like?
Okay, demand is absolutely exploding for certain roles. We're talking data scientists, AI, and machine learning engineers, definitely cybersecurity experts.
Makes sense with more tech.
For sure. Also renewable energy specialists, AI plays a big role there too. And health tech, biotech professionals. Think telemedicine, genetic engineering, AI, and drug discovery. These fields are booming.
And the money follows the demand.
It certainly does. These are very well-paid roles. Even starting out, 0-2 years experience, you could be looking at 7 to 15 lakhs per year.
That's a strong start.
Definitely. Then with 3 to 6 years experience, it jumps quite a bit, maybe 15 to 35 lakhs. And for the real top-tier experts, depending on the company, the specific application, you could potentially see over 1 crore.
Wow. Why so high?
Simple supply and demand, really. A massive, unprecedented need across every sector you can imagine. AI is touching everything.
But not enough skilled people.
Exactly. A severe shortage of people who actually know how to build, manage, and leverage these AI systems effectively. Think about it. Roles like prompt engineer barely existed a couple of years ago.
Sure.
So if you're young, maybe 16, 17, 18 right now, this is genuinely one of the most lucrative, future-proof paths you could possibly choose for the next decade.
Where should people look for these kinds of opportunities?
LinkedIn is a great place to start. Searches for AI skills are up something like 79%. It's huge. Also, look at graduates coming out of these newer specialized university programs. And don't forget people pivoting.
Changing careers.
Yes, lots of professionals are successfully moving from more traditional software or computer engineering roles into these AI-focused positions. It's definitely possible.
This has been incredibly insightful, a real deep dive into AI and what it means for all of us. Let's quickly recap the key takeaways for everyone listening. We've clarified AI's impact. It's much more about changing jobs and creating new ones than just eliminating them. We explored that brilliant job category framework to help you figure out where you fit. You got the golden rule: play with the tools.
The most important step.
We learned how to orchestrate different chatbots: ChatGPT, Perplexity, DeepSeek, Grok, Gemini, knowing their strengths. We talked about prompt engineering as a communication skill and looked at specific tools like NotebookLM and Gamma.ai, plus the low cost to get started.
Yep.
And we touched on the big ethical questions of the global race, contrasting China's strategy with India's AI for all approach.
Covered a lot of ground.
We did.
Yeah.
Now, for a concrete next step, you're offering 100% scholarship for the 4-year undergrad program in AI and data science at Masters Union, right?
That's right. We really want to foster talent in this area.
Amazing. You can find all the details for that scholarship right in the description for this deep dive.
Please do check it out.
And people can connect with you too.
Absolutely. Find me on LinkedIn and Instagram. Happy to answer questions and chat about opportunities. I really enjoy helping people navigate this space.
Fantastic. So here's a final thought to leave you with. Think of AI like electricity. It's going to change everyone's life. Your age, your job, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There's just no room for intellectual laziness anymore.
Well said.
If you carve out even a little bit of that time you spend scrolling social media and use it to engage with AI tools instead,
Yeah.
you can stay ahead, make your life easier. The real question is, how will you use this incredibly powerful new tool to shape your future?
I truly believe in that positive future. This isn't just for the tech experts, it's for everyone. The human skills, critical thinking, creativity, empathy, they become even more valuable now. AI can free us up to focus on those.
a perfect note to end on. Thank you so much for sharing your insights today.
My pleasure. Great conversation.
And thank you for tuning into this crucial deep dive. Until next time.